Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to call the June 15th meeting of the Common Council to order. I will ask our clerk to call the roll to determine a quorum.
Alderperson Lysick.
Here.
Reinke.
Here.
Rote.
Here.
Stefanski.
Here.
Tenorio.
Excused.
Vitale.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
Grisham. Here. Haas.
Here.
Keen. Here. 9 present, 1 excused.
A quorum is present. Please rise if you are able and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led this evening by Alderman Lysick.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we jump into the public hearing this evening, I am going to take the agenda out of order, and if there is no objection, we will pass the resolution when it comes up on our agenda, but the presentation by Council President Lysick and I for Denise Koenig is going to take place because she's retired now and we don't want to make her sit through a public hearing. So we're going to pop down there to present and use the microphone on the floor. Thank you. Whoops. Do you want to do the reading? Okay. These basically say the same thing except the end, so. And I'm going to have to put my glasses on, which I was hoping Tom would read this. So, whereas Denise Koenig retired from her position with the City of West Allis effective June 11th, 2021 after 29.5 years of service to the City of West Allis. And whereas during her career, Denise served the citizens of West Allis as the coordinator of the Senior Center Services, the full-time volunteer coordinator, the part-time volunteer coordinator, and director of the West Allis Senior Center, which offers services to over 400 members, most of which are considered low income. And whereas before serving the City of West Allis, Denise earned a bachelor's degree in public relations, and whereas Denise worked closely with the health department on community needs assessments and community health plans so that the needs of seniors in the community were identified and addressed. And whereas Denise led the Commission on Aging in strategic planning processes to develop and implement plans that met the needs of the seniors of the West Allis Senior Center. Whereas Denise assured that West Allis seniors had dozens of concurrent programs, including a popular meal program, exercise and educational classes, social activities, and promoted community engagement from West Allis seniors. Whereas Denise actively pursued funding and coordinated fundraising events to provide physical improvements at the senior center, including converting the wood shop to fitness facilities, remodeling the lobby, remodeling the main hall, adding a computer lab, and in 2019, adding a fiber arts room. The fundraising also offset participation costs for seniors to attend the classes and events. Whereas Denise recruited and supported a large core of volunteers, including her family, that provided event assistance, classes, support services, and city newsletter collation, all of which offset costs to the City of West Allis. In 2019-2020, nearly 100 volunteers contributed over 10,800 service hours valued at $276,000. And whereas Denise coordinated a curbside meal program to continue to feed the senior center members and created the Social Connection program to address gaps created by the COVID pandemic, whereas in every role Denise has had at the West Allis Senior Center, she has served with honesty, integrity, caring, and deep commitment to the welfare of West Allis's older residents. Whereas Denise has dedicated her career to the citizens of West Allis and their well-being, and in doing so has made it a better place for some of our community's most vulnerable residents. Therefore, be it resolved that Denise Koenig, Director of the West Allis Senior Center, be and is hereby especially commended for her dedication and service to the citizens of West Allis and congratulated for a job well done. Be it further resolved that I, Mayor Dan Devine, Mayor of the City of West Allis, State of Wisconsin, extend to Denise best wishes to her and her family for a long, prosperous, and healthy retirement.
Congratulations, Denise. The Common Council resolution says basically the same thing, except it's on behalf of the Common Council.
Okay, back to your regularly scheduled meeting. Item D, public hearings. We have one public hearing this evening, and we also have one monitor. So those that want to follow it, I will ask you to look at the back of the room instead of the screen on the side of the room, and I'll ask our clerk to read the public hearing.
Resolution relative to determination of an application for a special use permit for a proposed mixed residential and commercial use to be located at 9242 West National Avenue.
Mr. Scher.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of the Common Council, this is the hearing for a mixed use, proposed mixed use. It's currently a commercial office building, which has changed hands. There's a new property owner, Michelle Rothschild, who's recently graduated from UWM and with a business degree in real estate, and she's purchased the property and wants to convert it to from a commercial, strictly a commercial building to a mixed-use building with commercial on the ground floor and 4 apartment units up above. The property consists of 2 parts. There's the lot with the building on it facing National Avenue at the intersection of 93rd and National, and then a parking lot, which is a separate lot just north of the building. Property zone C2 neighborhood commercial, and mixed use is a special use within that zoning district. So the building was originally built as a 1-story building, and then in 1949 the building actually was a mixed use, and they were added to the second floor of the building. I'm sorry, in 1959 the second floor was added for 4 apartment units. The building was also used once upon a time by Red's Novelty Company. We distributed jukeboxes and cigarette vending photo machines and so on. And then in '98, the upstairs units were converted to offices. So since that time, it's been a full-on commercial office building. So it has gone before the Planning Commission on May 26th, and the owner does intend to freshen up the overall building. You know, obviously the internal remodeling on the second floor and the first floor commercial spaces to get them up to speed for the new use on the second floor, and then reusing the commercial tenant spaces on the ground floor. The owner is going to occupy one of the commercial lower tenant spaces for her property management and real estate business as an office, and then lease out another commercial space on the ground floor. The Planning Commission has recommended approval subject to some conditions, which include combining the 2 properties into one. That would be the parking lot with the main building. And then also for a closure of one of the 2 driveways along 93rd, freshening up the landscaping, adding a grass terrace between the walk and the curb, and then just freshening up the fence. There's a 4-foot high fence around the outer outskirts of the property behind the building. Total of 16 parking stalls are required for the use, and 14 are provided on site, but historically that's how this property has operated. We don't see an issue moving forward with the mixed use despite the shortage of 2 parking stalls. This is just a second floor look of the concept for 4 apartment units. The second floor is about 3,000 square feet. The overall building is about 7,700 square feet. 4 one-bedroom apartments would be on the second floor, and that equates to about 750 square feet each. They would have bathrooms, kitchens, living rooms, as well as the bedroom. There are no exterior changes proposed to the building. These are some images taken, fairly recently. It is along National Avenue, which is recently redone, the building is primarily all brick. It does feature storefront windows. And these are the conditions of approval from Planning Commission, basically just providing some updated detailed floor plans, a site and landscaping plan, closure of one of the 2 driveways, and then just the location of the refuse container. If it's going to be located outside, we want that enclosed within a 4-sided enclosure. And the certified survey map would be submitted to us within a year of the approval of the special use. So we've received no objections to date. We've had some calls of concern about, hey, what's going on at 9242, but after explaining it to the people that call in, they have no objections that we've heard. Thank you.
Thanks for the presentation. Are there any questions from the Common Council?
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Haas.
Yeah, Steve, you might have answered this already and I missed it. So you had explained it was a commercial use before and we're looking at a commercial use again now. Why does this have to come before us at all? Is it just because it was vacant for over a year? Is that what triggered this?
It was actually as a commercial office building for on the first and second floor, and now the new owner wants to convert the upper floors to residential. So there's, I guess it's considered a change in use, and then the mix of uses, commercial and residential, require a special use per the zoning.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the council? Okay, hearing none, are there any members of the audience with questions on public hearing number 1? Okay, we will close our public hearing, and we will now go on to E, which is citizen participation. This is when the council may receive information from members of the public during this 30-minute period. Each speaker must announce to the council his or her name and address, sign in at the podium, and limit your comments to one statement of no more than 5 minutes. The council cannot take action on topics raised by the speakers and will not discuss topics with the speakers. Does anybody wish to address the council under citizen participation this evening?
Good evening. My name is James M. Jones. I'm the owner of the property located at 8009 West Greenfield Avenue. I'm here tonight to raise an objection to the live entertainment outside of Paulie's Tavern. I filed two pages of petitions last week. The secretary said it would be emailed to all of the aldermen. I believe I had 18 or 19 signatures. I filed another one this morning with 4 or 5 signatures. The people are basically upset about the music. The live music, you can't sleep at night, you can't do anything. If the music were in the tavern, that's something everybody could live with, but outside, it's affecting, I have signatures from people on 80th and 81st. So I understand you cannot respond, but that's why we came tonight. We have 3 other people who would like to make a brief statement.
Sure. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Raymond Upnix, and I've lived in the area, for approximately 16 years. Last year during the pandemic, it was understandable that a bar owner had to do what he had to do to avoid bankruptcy. But this year, it's not necessary. He can bring everything indoors. We're not complaining about the business. But last week, I registered 87 decibels indoors from his music, and that's beyond what the government allows. So all we're asking is simply that he can conduct business, but there's no reason this year to do it outdoors on a consistent basis. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Glenn Lutz. I live in the 8009 Greenfield building, and I complain about the noise too because it gets so loud. I wear hearing aids, and when I take my hearing aids off, I could still hear the music from outside. So it kind of bothers me when I'm trying to sleep. So That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Edward Scott. I reside at 8011 West Greenfield Avenue. I am the on-site manager of 8009 West Greenfield Avenue. And it's just, all last year, it was not a, not really a problem, but it's again this year, and I can't sleep at night sometimes. And on the weekends, I'm a certified nursing assistant, so I have to get my rest because I'm doing 2 jobs, And I just wish that they can just take it inside the building. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Is there anybody else that wishes to address the council under citizen participation this evening? Okay. Thank you for coming, gentlemen. We will close citizen participation, and we will move on to item F. Our standing committee meetings will be, our standing committees will be meeting. The room numbers are listed on the top of page 2 on your agendas. Item G, the mayor's report. Just one quick item. 2 weeks ago, we did have a small ribbon cutting ceremony for Double B's Barbecue, which did open in their new location, which is in one door east of their previous location. But we want to congratulate the Timber family and welcome them as they continue to grow in our community. We're happy to have them. That does conclude the mayor's reports this evening. Do we have any reports from the alderpersons? Okay.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move for approval of the minutes of June 1st, 2021 Common Council meeting.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. Are there any changes to the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The minutes are approved. License and Health, Chairman Vitale, I assume we'll take this up after recess?
No, I believe we can just get it done now.
Well, we can just take it after recess if you don't mind.
That's fine, sure.
Okay, thank you. Then we will get to item K, the consent agenda. Items not referred to committee.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move for approval of the consent agenda as submitted.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Or do we need a roll call? I'm sorry, there's a resolution on there. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll? Caught myself.
Alderperson Lysick.
Aye.
Reinke.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Stefanski.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Grisham.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Keen.
Aye.
9 in favor, 1 excused.
Motion carries, thank you.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we stand in recess until conclusion of the committee meetings.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are in recess.